Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to Elo Legends. This is on the higher end. This is just under 800 Elo. And in the red, we have Akai, who I believe is from Taiwan, because the TW is what a lot of the Taiwanese players use. Though I could be wrong on that. And then we have Lifeguard Leroy. I don't know if Lifeguard Leroy is a reference. And I asked my Twitch audience to help me out so I wouldn't look dumb on YouTube. Apparently, I'm going to look dumb on YouTube. But Lifeguard Leroy, I think, is an Australian, which makes it so much better. Lifeguard Leroy. Oh my God, this is a tongue twister. Say that 3 times fast. Lifeguard Leroy. Lifeguard. This is a tongue twister, man. I swear to God. Sit at your computer right now and try and say Lifeguard Leroy 3 times really fast. I'm going to try one more time. And then we'll actually cast this game, I promise. Lifeguard Leroy, Lifeguard Leroy, Lifeguard Leroy. Okay, it's not that bad. All right. I was just having a minor stroke. Seems like I'm over that now. Khmer versus Franks. The map is Valley. Now, at the highest of Elos, you don't tend to see players take too many risks for these resources unless they're Mongols, because Mongols hunt faster. But it is really worth it. Dropping a mill here, for example, would give you access to 400 fast food income with shorefish. Then you have the deer around. I mean, with any civilization, I think it would make sense. It's very possible that maybe this player picked Khmer so he could put houses out there and hide in houses if the going gets rough. But yeah, higher Elos would maybe push in a deer or two to the TC and then just call it a day. But maybe at lower Elo, we will have players try and use that. As I've been saying for the last few months of low Elo, I mean, 800 Elo, fairly impressive. You've got the lumber camps going up. You have 6 on sheep for the most part. Okay, we actually have 8 on sheep here. I was wrong. But, you know, they seem to have the basics down. You can see the TC idle time is there. Once again, I'm going to clarify. The idle eco stat is broken. I asked Capturage to fix that. They have not yet. So, apologies there. I really wish we could have that stat working, but I have to wait for another day. Yeah, I mean, you've got a couple on wood. On a lumber camp, you now have the berries. You now have a boar. Even dropping off food here is red. Now, who did have some TC idle time, but not bad, not bad, not bad.
Twitch Prime, I think it was.
What's up, Duke
Twitch
Canada?
Prime missed make Austin fry.
Duke Canada says, do you think the average 700 to 800 Elo has gotten better over the last year or so? I mean, I think there's more players, which makes it more difficult to advance through, like, oh my God, he weakened the boar with the TC. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? I'm really curious if that was intentional from the lifeguard here. He's certainly not guarding the lives of the elephant. That's for sure. The boar. Why is it I say elephant when it's boar? And when it's elephant or rhino, I say boar. I don't get it. I would assume that maybe a scout rush could be on the cards for both players here. But sometimes you just see fast castle in the knights as well. Let's see how red does with the boar. Okay, not bad. He seems to have a bad habit of collecting things not directly underneath his TC. I noticed that with his goats too. Also has had some struggle keeping the TC producing, but we all have bad days. Yeah, get back to Duke Canada's question. I think that, yes, I mean, if you look at 700 Elo players now, they're stronger than 700 Elo was when the game came out. Just because there were fewer players then. Will we see a scout rush? Will we see the players take the resources in the middle? Seem to have decent scouting. Oh God, is that auto scout? No, I think that's manual scouting there for red. 1 or 2 villager difference right now is kind of common because of the fact that the TC is not always working with these guys. Okay, so I'm going to select the TC and see if he puts villagers in and how many he chooses to do.
Lel is back.
How many was that? Is that 9? I've never seen that. 9 inside the TC, shoot it once, and then shoot it with the rest of the villagers. I mean, it works. Lifeguard Leroy, the pro. Got a gate here, so lifeguard thinking about the safety. It would make sense that a lifeguard would be very safe. I don't think a lifeguard would be an all-in aggressive player. Lifeguards are out here to save lives. Here you've got 2 villagers just chilling there. They're not really working, and you have Red. Notice Red's approach, as we see one of the weirdest mining camps I've ever seen in my life. There's so many. That is quite possibly the worst spot for the mining camp if you're going to place it on the gold. But why are we going to gold, Red? What's the plan here? Remember, Franks get the farm upgrade for free. They do have really strong scouts, so we could see a barracks and stable, but none of that really brings gold into play. Yoda Evil Twin, we just did that. Welcome to the stream. We will do that. Lifeguard. Lifeguard Leroy is saving a life right now. Okay, lifeguard. Things got real messy real quick over here for lifeguard. Where are you going? Berries? With everything? No, not with all of them. Yeah, chop those straggler trees. Okay, that works. 3 villagers building the same walls. Now we have some farms. I'm very, 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 very confused. And Lifeguard Leroy is about to be a whole lot more confused as well because this scout will die. Red being in Feudal first gives him extra HP, but most importantly, the extra attack and speed. So, being 90 seconds away from Feudal, that scout is donezo for Lifeguard Leroy. Which is actually really terrifying for him, I'm sure. Like, this should probably put him in a position where he'll want to wall everything. How many gates is Lifeguard going to make? Gate here, in case you want to go to the left. Gate here, in case you want to go to the front. Gate here, unless you wanted to go to the side front. Are we going to have a gate here as well? Don't make another one. Gates are actually fairly expensive. Leroy!
O2 after 15-year hiatus. Thanks for your content.
Leroy!
Breakdown of the lingo.
Why do you have so many gates? You can't possibly have enough... You can't possibly have enough vacation time to go on this many vacations, Leroy. Like, holy moly. You only get 3 weeks. You go to the left for a week, you go to the side for a week, you go to the front for a week, and then what are these gates for? Well, the man's got options. That's good to see.
Twitch Prime, I think it was.
Over here, Red. Okay. So I'm liking this. He got the wood upgrade, which is something you want to prioritize. The real issue is he's got all this gold right now. So he's not going to have the wood for more farms. Going to gold this time is definitely too early. We'll see if the scouts come out or if this is some weird, maybe fast castle type build. He must be thinking about knights if he's on gold. Maybe he's getting a little exciting. By the way, to the people who are trying to use match commands on my channel, my suggestion would be saying something along the lines of, "What's up, guys? Just got here. What elo are these players?"
And counting.
I don't have
Keep up
those
the
commands on the
amazing
channel because people rely on them and then they're not talking, and then that's kind of what I want on the stream. So sorry if that bothers you, but you can just say what elo it is. It's 800 elo, just under actually. It's like 790 elo. And the most important thing, most important stat to pick up on right now is that Leroy has 5 gates. 5? Did I get it right? 5? I can't click this one actually. What? Did I just break it? What the? Oh, we're caught up to live gameplay and there was a pause? Wait. Okay, I was trying to click the gate. It wouldn't let me, and then I thought I broke the game. Okay, so making a market now is Leroy. And I guess Leroy's thinking about lots of farms, which is fine. That's great with Khmer. Neither of them really had a build, to be honest. They kind of went up to Feudal for not a whole lot. But this is at that point where you tend to see that. And I think sometimes players get too excited. Like Red, this is a clear example of maybe getting too excited. Didn't need to go to gold at that time. You've got 500 gold. That could be a couple extra 100 more food. With 200 gold, and you'd be on your way to castle. And now he's going to make scouts. Again, players, they're just like, what do I do? I don't know. This feels right. And they don't really know what to go for. The resources were looking perfect to go castle. And now we're going to see 4 scouts with scale barding and also attack. As far as I know, the enemy is completely walled with no holes. So for Red, who's auto-scouting currently, maybe instead of pressing the auto scout button, you should check to see what the enemy's up to. And just try and adapt from there, right? I know there's not a lot of adapting at this elo, but I always try and encourage it a little bit. I feel like the only adapting low elo players do is they'll lose an army, and then they try and make an army to counter what just killed them. That's the adapting that happens. They don't try and see things ahead of time because it's too complicated. If they make like 20 knights, and then they lose all those knights to halberdiers, then they're going to adapt and make archery ranges, right? But, I mean, it could be worse for Red. I do think his eco is looking pretty solid long term. It's getting worse for Red. That's what I should have said. The idle TC is a big problem here. That is a big, big problem. So you're producing military that is going to slow down your castle age. And then you are not creating villagers, which is going to hurt your economy. And you're pop capped. So Lifeguard Leroy looking good right now. Looking very, very good. Stop describing the way I play. I wasn't attacking you guys, all right? I was talking about in general. As we now see a barracks and an archer range for Lifeguard Leroy. A+ name, Lifeguard Leroy. I'll say that much. A+ name. Very uncertain on what things are going to look like for Lifeguard when he gets to the next stage. Making an archer range now makes me think that maybe we'll see cav archers. Or maybe he wants to go crossbow. I don't know.
Just start? No way thing. Time flies. T90 love.
Thank you, friend. Time does fly. 7 months fly by, but man, for the people who've been here for longer than that, like Kill Memento. Thank you for 31. Yeah. Time flies like crazy. Oh my goodness. Red is producing everything.
T90 smile.
So he's made the units. He's gotten upgrades. Let's talk about the cost of this. Can someone do the math? What does 5 scouts cost? What does 6 spears cost? And then tack 300 food on top of that. Because you got blacksmith upgrades as well. I think you're looking at almost 1,000 food. Or maybe like 800 food, which would help him go to castle. But it's easy to get excited. Like anyone who's ever killed villagers with a scout rush knows how good that feels. You're like, oh, I'm such a beast. It's just so fun to watch, and then sometimes you just are up against Waller boys. And Lifeguard doesn't really seem to have a plan beyond some booming. It's really weird to me how Lifeguard Leroy built one stone wall here. Because then he didn't have the stone for the next TC. And he actually just bought 100 stone. Instead of collecting 5 more. Okay, that's one way to do it. You know what, guys? This is going to be a fun game, I think. Because Lifeguard Leroy is more passive player. He's a more safe player. He's going to boom on 3 town centers. Red is a very aggressive player. And while I could be wrong and maybe Red will boom, I think Red's going to at the very least make knights with upgrades. And I'm not seeing anything out here from Lifeguard Leroy that's going to defend from knights with upgrades. Also, as more people are coming in, and if you guys could help explain this when we have time, that'd be good. The idle eco is bugged. Capture Rage has to fix that. So that's why it shows a percentage there. I know they added a new stat to the like main capture age. It's WELM. I don't even know what that stands for. I feel like they add too much data sometimes and it can be too confusing. I think WELM shows like it adds in building time and villagers moving around into idle time. It combines those two. Worker efficiency last minute. Yeah, like worker efficiency last minute means nothing to me, and I feel is very irrelevant to... It shouldn't be on the screen all the time, for me, personally. It would be important if, as the caster, let's say there's a big raid, and I could just go boom and click it and show it. But anyways, when they added that to the regular capture age, I have a version that I worked with them on, and it affected my version. And then this, I think this might be worker efficiency last minute. I don't even know what happened. So I'm sorry that my overlay is not working properly. but that is why. Like, data is good, but from a casting perspective, if there's too much on the screen and there's too much irrelevant data, I feel like it gets excessive. So that's why, personally, for me, I like to have options. So look, for example, relics did not matter in Dark Age, and KD didn't really matter too much. But you have that stuff here. Actually, I could have used the value to get our answer on how much that did cost earlier. But we are 25 minutes in without a single engagement, and now we're gonna have Red go for a university. Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. This is gonna be for castle and murder holes, isn't it? Why else would you make a university? 460 on, not on stone, but 460 stone. Rank castles are cheap. We also see Red has scouted most of the map, so Red might try and get the relics. I mean, listen, Leroy's economy is insane, but Leroy might need that to try and kill Red in this game. It is a war game after all. If you go for a greedy boom, this is around the time we're adding 2 or 3 stables and making a lot of knights. Makes a whole lot of sense. Because you have the farms to keep your TCs running, and then you can mix in some knights too. I do tend to see a lot of people not make any military at this stage, and it can hurt sometimes. 3 crossbows in the range, 2 spearmen in the barracks. And Lifeguard Leroy ejected the spearman for the auto scout. Let's see if he... Look at all the spearmen! He's pulling spearmen for the auto scout. Auto scout's the ultimate distraction. Red knows nothing about this right now. It's just auto. Whoop! Oh, Blue added his own scout. That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Well, Leroy really is paying attention at least.
Just happy to be here, fam.
Okay. There you go. Pikeman. Not a bad addition. I think he's getting pikemen maybe expecting knights or just for the scout. I have no clue. Oh, he's making elephants. Yeah. As we have Red researching fervor. Because you want your monks to be faster if you're going out to get relics.
Okay, yeah.
Red definitely has so many things about him that tells me he has not watched a lot of... he maybe hasn't practiced as much. And he also hasn't watched a lot of low Elo Legend episodes. Like the early university for murder holes, the fervor. A lot of this stuff is pretty cute. But the way Leroy is choosing to play this is only weak if, and there we see murder holes before we even see a castle. It's only bad if the enemy isn't aggressive. I think Leroy a moment ago just bought 600 stone, which is just ridiculous. That could be bugged, but I believe he bought that stone to drop a castle in his base. And looks like he's about to go out for some type of an attack.
Okay.
As is Red, and Red wants the castle where? There was a castle here, I think, and then maybe he deleted it? Oh, no, I just can't see it for some reason. Why? Why does it not show that for me? What is that bug? I'm on his point of view, right? Okay, anyways, he's going to castle the hill. I actually think this hill's the most important. Forget about the fact the army's here. If the army wasn't here, this is the most important hill. You have a gold there. But I guess there's a gold here, too, so maybe here. It's not the worst hill to control. Leroy is really going for a weird mix here. Crossbows that aren't fully upgraded. In fact, he doesn't even have attack upgrades. And pikemen, at least they have a defense upgrade. So he actually went all for defense upgrades and no attack upgrades. Defense definitely translates better for the melee units, like the pikemen and the knights, or the elephants, but we want to get the attack upgrades first for the ranged units, and this army should die.
Hey Siri, turn of my stream.
Just passing. Hey Siri, play Baby Shark. Sorry for anyone who actually has Siri on. I couldn't help it. Let's see how Red engages here. The TC's obviously going to help. He just has the stronger units here. So I'm really sorry. If that got somebody, I'm really sorry. And yeah, Lifeguard Leroy, he has that eco part down. But he doesn't really have the fighting part down. As we see another crossbow go forward. Leroy! Oof. I think there's going to be a lot of people watching who relate to this. A lot of us practice the eco side and the decision-making side. And then when it comes to the fights, sometimes you don't know what to make. Sometimes you just aren't good with micro. I think especially because we have a lot of people who return to this game who have not been playing PC games for very long because they switched to console. Or maybe you're just coming back to games that are older and feel very slow. Like, the fighting aspect is an important aspect of the game, and it's also very hard to lock down sometimes.
1 more month and our partnership has a baby. At T90 official.
Okay, I actually have an interesting question here for my viewers. So, type a 1 in chat if... How do I word this? Stop typing 1! I didn't say anything yet! I didn't say anything yet! Stop it! I didn't even give a poll!
1.
You guys always do this. That was a test, man. Alright, fine. If you played PC games growing up, but then left PC gaming and went to more like console games, like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. If you left console, or sorry, if you went to console and left PC gaming for a portion of your life, smile in chat. And if you did not, and you've always been a PC gamer and prioritize PC gaming, frown in chat. I feel like the people, like oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Let's go, baby! The epic relic heist. Hold on, I need to rewatch this situation here. So I imagine Blue's... Oh my god, Blue misclicked it. Like, sup, Frank? Sup, Jim? How you doing? No worries. You don't mind if I take this? It's been a rough week for me. Yeah, that's fine, man. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know if monks talk like that, but this makes this game interesting, as I stated before, because that will be 5 relics. Well, hold on. Villagers with handcart are a bit faster. Red does have 4 of the 5 relics. Whoop. It actually is a mistake to send more vills because they block each other. They'll slow each other down here, but of course, Blue probably doesn't notice that. But yeah, I think for, like, if you think of all the top age guys, or it's probably RTS in general, they probably always played PC games. Like, and primarily PC games, right? So they always had the skill set there. For me, I didn't switch back into PC games until 2013, and that was Age of Empires. Okay, so Monk's gonna make it back. 51 eco versus 64. Things were looking good for Leroy. Leroy made enough elephants to do damage to Red. But now Red is stonewalled. I don't know what their units are going to be. That is a lot of Elephantos, though. Look at the value of the army. That's how much it costs, and then the percentage is how much...
okay, Google. Play
it is the gold cost. Ooh. Russell says, 100% agree for 8 to 900 elo. Yeah, I think that unit control is a big, big problem. But not always. There are people who are huge nerds, and all they focus on is their military, and they don't have eco. So it's a fine mix. It's hard to balance the two, which is what makes low elo so fun. Okay, there have been 3 villager kills in this game that just happened in the middle of the map. Otherwise, it's been a pretty passive game, and we're waiting to see what Lifeguard Leroy can do. I really hope this is a good game and it goes to YouTube, because just think of the thumbnail potential. Like, my thumbnail artist is gonna have a field day with Lifeguard Leroy.
King of the O streamers.
Oh god. What's up, Freda? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Can Red get Relic win? No, it's not possible in ranked. I really wish it was possible in ranked, though. Like, how frequently would Wonder and Relic Victory make games more interesting? At mid to low elo, I think it'd be really cool. And at high elo, you're never gonna win a game with that, so. Except for maybe Arena. Maybe they could make it a toggle. Like, you know how you can ban different maps? What if you could opt into various settings? Right? That would be pretty cool. You just go... You have, like, 3 options. Relic Victory, Wonder Victory, Regicide. To make Regicide a possibility. That's another thing that really... Regicide's so fun. Why do we not have Regicide Fortress? Why is it just Fortress? I don't get it, devs. Most likely they fear that if they add one of those things to the game, everything else is going to break, because that's what happens with a lot of patches. So maybe it's that. Yeah, an option like random civs. I've given that feedback, but I don't think that they feel as though the community would love it as much as I know the community would love it. And they probably are working on other things, because here we are 2 years later, we still don't have a spec chat. So let's talk compositions. Normally I would say Franks are way better with their comp. Going Halberdier and going Paladin.
Glad to be here.
Right?
Enjoying the good content after work. Keep up the good
However,
work. Smile.
when I say those things, I say that because normally Khmer Elite Battle Elephant is not realistic in games. This is low Elo Legends. Everything is realistic here. Everything.
LOL, let's go.
So here we go. Lifeguard Leroy has 30 soon-to-be Elite Battle Elephants. And if we're talking Khmer strength over Frank strengths, it's hard to say. And what they're able to max out with, Khmer are the stronger civ, clearly, in my eyes. I think Scorpion Elephant just wrecks everything. It's one of the best deathmatch civilizations, for example, where you start in post-imp with everything researched and a bunch of resources. Still is missing some important upgrades for the elephants. But he does also have Halb. I feel like Elephant Halb is better than
T90 my uncle
this.
works for Microsoft. I can confirm that Spec Chat is still not in the game.
Your uncle works for Microsoft. And my dad works for Microsoft too, and he makes more money than your dad. Sorry, I was just reliving my Club Penguin arguments from 15 years ago, 18 years ago, however long that was. I was in a Twitch chat last night. And it's like a small poker channel that does replays. I don't really play poker nowadays, but I do like to watch it. It's relaxing, and I'm a big fan of Joe Stapleton. Anyways, there were these two dudes arguing, and the one guy's like, he's like, I'm a millionaire. And the other guy's like, no, oh yeah, I'm sure a millionaire is going to spend all of his time in Twitch chat. And it was just like such a blast from the past, because I remember seeing those little debates and arguments, this stupid stuff back when I was a kid. I could not believe as an adult I was seeing that. But look at these scouts! These scouts are doing work! Leroy! Leroy, you need to react to this, my friend.
Sending love from Austria.
Oh my
Please
word,
never
this
stop
is going to
doing
be epic. Guys, Leroy has clearly shown that he's a more passive player, right? But he did gain a big eco lead. He's reacting with a tower here because of two scouts. Can Leroy handle this? The throwing axemen are going to be perfect for the halves. Where are the elephants? Leroy.
Jenkins.
Oh my god. Is he going to go for the counterattack as he's dying? Oh, there's walls there. This could be epic. This could be epic. Who needs to defend your base when you could just send everything towards...
Lifeguard.
Oh, he didn't know. He thought there was a hole here. Okay. Leroy! Come on, take out the palisades. He's distracted. This is such a risky move, you know? Such a risky play. Because he could just lose everything in his base and the game could be over. Elephants are really strong. It might not be enough, though, to hold that. And here he is. Let's see how Red reacts. Now, if Leroy were to chop a tree with the Treb, I would lose my mind. And not quite enough to hold that. Leroy's castle is going to go down. But Red hasn't reacted yet. Red is probably... Okay, you take out that tower, Leroy. Because that's really going to do a lot to your elephants as they batter down the wall. I feel like Red is probably so focused on the fights right now. And feeling like a god with the micro. I haven't seen a single reaction here. Knock, knock. Open up. Leroy's going to drop a castle over here. Okay. Leroy's going to lose Leroy's going to lose the Treb. Has lost a lot of vills. And Red's dropping a castle. No! Oh my god! This could work for Leroy. The one Treb will take out the castle. The elephants are going to make it through here. I've tried to click the walls here for you. They're going to make it through. And Red, who's doing great at Leroy's base, doesn't have the answer to Elephantos. That castle is going to go down. The elephants are going to stampede Red's economy. And we have the most ridiculous base trait ever because neither player can stop the other one. These elephants can't be stopped, and then the Cavalier Axeman Trebs can't be stopped. We have ourselves a base trait. Not something you see too frequently in low Elo Legends. And you're going to see the panic set in for both players now. Pikemen are in the queue, but you need more barracks. You need more pikemen. Leroy's repairing the town center, just trying to buy time. Leroy's not even really... Okay, no, Leroy is making elephants, and he's also making halbs, and maybe that's going to be enough, actually. Okay, never mind. Red showed up with some stuff here. We're going to have the elephants engaging. Boom, 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 boom. These things are destroying. I mean, I don't think the pikes are going to kill all the elephants. There will still be a lot more death and destruction after this. And here it looks like Leroy has engaged against the Trebs. But guys, Leroy has more... He seems to be making more units. No, I don't know what to think. Red has more resources, though. Oh, no. Leroy! What are you doing? No! If you attack the town center, he's going to kill you, Leroy! I think Leroy might be dead. I think he got the worst of the base trade. Now he's going to sell food, buy wood for some reason. Is that... I don't know why. Is he going to buy stone now? He's going to buy stone. He wants a new TC. Yep. Classic mistake there to attack the building with your units. Just patrol in there, guys. Just go, patrol on attack stance, because if there's no units, they'll auto-attack the buildings. And the second there's units, they'll kill the units. Holy cow, what a game. Like, I think that was clearly the wrong move. I think it was the wrong move to try and hit his base while not defending your own. Ideally, you defend your own and immediately go back to his base. But it still was very entertaining. And I can't help but feel like if he would have had a few more upgrades, it would have been a lot better for him, too. Still seems possible for Leroy because it's 47 villagers for both. He just would have to have an answer to the Axeman. And I don't think he's going to be able to make enough. So I said it's possible. Maybe it is impossible. New TC for Red. And Red's going to recover. It's crazy. High Flyer... You have to pay attention to them, but they don't always attack the farms. Like, if you go in here, they'll attack the building. There are instances, though, as we got a choo-choo ram by a Treb. There are instances where they will prioritize farms. But the patrol suggestion I mentioned still stands. Or just leave them there. Don't even patrol. Just leave them there. Just don't click anything. Or click a unit that's next to the TC and then just, let them do their thing. Leroy! I don't think Leroy's fast enough to be able to reboom here. He'll need to add a lot of farms. Leroy has also lost control of gold. Leroy's also losing production. I think that the Axemen were a wonderful choice for Red. Because it was a perfect solution to any halbs that would be made. And I don't know if he even knew halbs would be made, but he did see some pikemen at one stage of the game. Red is only working off of 2 stable production and 1 castle production, but almost everything's producing, and 1 barracks.
Recovering from some nasty food poisoning while I listen today.
Oh.
Thanks for the positivity, as always. Monk, I need a monk.
Food poisoning, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, but hopefully I can help you get past
17 months in a row I accidentally pressed this button.
You accidentally pressed the button. Guys, as a streamer, I'll tell you one thing I never want people to do. I never want them to click subscribe and a free Twitch Prime sub if they have it available. I don't want that. Not a misclick anyways. A misclick just makes me feel bad because you can't get it back. So, Dak, I'm sorry that you resubbed for 17 months. I feel bad about that. What a comeback it would have to be for Leroy here. If Leroy had relics, I would say there was hope. Leroy does not have the relics. Awful, pretty nasty KD there. Benib, thank you for the 34 months with Prime. This is a good game, though. I was really hoping Leroy would win the game with that. That was such a ballsy move to just forget about your own eco and run to theirs. I think if he would have had armor and all the attack upgrades, it would have been better for him, but there's the GG. Oh, man.
Epic
All right.
times.
Well, epic game there. Maybe people like the underdog story. People like the comebacks. And maybe some people are disappointed to see that Leroy didn't get it. Remember what I said, though. In the mid-game, Leroy was pretty far ahead economically with villagers. I think it was right around here. And didn't really mount any attacks.
T90, how good was the Nelson/Viper interview?
It was Red who attacked him. And then he reacted, and he didn't really react in the way that was necessary there. To lose this game is going to be frustrating for Lifeguard Leroy. More wood, food, gold collected. Just didn't have the units, didn't have the numbers, didn't have the upgrades there. But what was their APM? Again, was there really 100 APM at the start? I question these numbers hardcore. But you've got some high APM there for Lifeguard Leroy at the start, and then some different spikes here for these guys. They're still around like 50, 60. All right. It's effective APM, so it's a little different than just moving all around and boosting your APM that way. Not too bad. Yeah, Leroy sent mostly Halbs home, and there were the Axemen were there. So the Axemen were the clutch play from Red. That was good. That was like really close